computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
What is going on, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I hope everybody's having a good day so far. We are live and going to do our giveaway tonight. I do want to say I do have a couple charts that already look extremely solid. Extremely solid. Danax, what's up, man? What's going on? How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I'm looking at a chart right now, guys, just as a heads up. This NZDUSD chart. I know we're about to get a new hour candle. We had perfect rejection of this EMA and this fair value gap. Brent Kelly, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. But this NZDUSD trade, we had perfect break and retest here to go up already. Weekend was good, man. Weekend was good. We're trading foreign exchange markets, my man. We are trading foreign exchange markets. So we got a buy signal on the 15-minute already on this chart. And what we're going to do is, well, we're already in it. So I'm actually going to send it. Tight stop loss here for us. Tight stop loss. Little 1 to 3 action here. Little 1 to 3 action on this trade. Little 1 to 3 action. Twitch Gaming Daily, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the stream.
Across teams is tough, but Asana helps you handle it.
Go Bills, yeah. Yeah, go Jets too. My advice would be to learn price action and learn market structure. That's going to be the best thing. If you can understand that, you're more than halfway to getting there. But let me drop to the hour here and draw this out for everyone. We're going to go copy image. NZDUSD buys. NZDUSD buys is what I got into. NZD longs. Price action and market structure. Price action and market structure are going to be the most important things. How many people we got in here? We're going to do this giveaway, guys. I'm waiting for Adele to get in here. Just so he can kind of communicate with you guys in the chat here while we do this. But I have my little handy-dandy spinning wheel. What's up, Desmond? How are you? I got my nice little spinning wheel right here. Looks like I'm going to have to move it over a little bit. There we go. It's got everybody's name in here. So everybody that's in the Discord. And on top of that, anyone who actually followed the instructions and reposted on social media got 3 times entries. So they're in their original time and then +3. So they've got 4 entries for the ones that actually followed the instructions on the social media post. But yeah, we're going to get this going today. And then we're going to get back to the charts. But I'm super excited for this. I think 3 lucky people are going to get VIP access and the trading view indicator of mine for life. So it's a pretty big deal. It's pretty important. And I think it's going to be great for a lot of people who are looking to trade. Yeah, let's get it started here. So we're going to just do one big spin here, and each person that wins, I will personally message after the stream and get them into the VIP chat, as well as get them into the VIP Discord, VIP chat, and I will give them access to my trading view indicator, which you guys have seen is right here on the 15-minute time frame in here. It already just gave us a buy signal, so that's why we're in buys. You did win already, Miguel. You did win already. But yeah, we're gonna watch this for a minute here. Yep, you can join the Discord. Here, I'll show you how. That's how you join the Discord. It's going to show up here in a second with the Nightbot. But let's get to it, guys. Hopefully a bunch of you guys are at home watching the Super Bowl. We're trading. I'm trading. We are dedicated to trading and making this work for everyone. So that is why we are out here trading instead of watching the Super Bowl. Like I said, it's just based on whoever was in the Discord and subscribed, and these are all the names that I got. So without further ado, let's pick the first 3 people. And here we go with number 1. R. Smitty with a bag. R. Smitty with the bag is the first winner. Ironically, he already pays for VIP, so he's going to get it for free now. So winner number 1. Lifetime access. Lifetime VIP and indicator access. Winner number 1. All right, you guys ready for number 2? All right. Let's remove him from the all right. Next one, number 2. You guys ready? Number 2, Nibesol. Are you in this stream? Nibesol, are you in this? If not, I will reach out to you on Discord. Nibesol. So number 2 winner is Nibesoul. Number 2 is Nibesol. Congratulations to our Smitty with a bag and Nibesol. All right, we're going to remove their name. And our final winner. Drum roll, please. I don't know if I have a drum roll one. I think I just have a clap one. Ocean J 4003. Ocean J 4003. And I exported this list, guys. I exported this list literally right before the stream, so everybody is active and in this. Number 4, or number 3. Yep, that was number 3. All right, so we got our winners here. Congratulations to everybody who won. If you guys entered, I do appreciate you entering. I may do another one of these when we hit 2,000. We're only 900 away subs, and at the rate we're going at, we're getting 30 to 50 subs every single stream. It should only be about 2 weeks before we do another one. I love giving stuff away to people who show up day in and day out. I think it's important. So maybe the next one we'll just do whoever has the most messages. Because what I can see here, not spamming messages, just messages in general, with this Nightbot one right here, you guys can actually see who messages the most on during the streams. Obviously, Adele's going to be up there. He'll be taken out of it because he's my mod. But you can see Adele, Miguel, Desmond, Nat Otoku, and then there's a bunch of people who message the most. Jose, Dynax, Nova. We'll do whoever messages the most for this next one in the chat and is active. So we can have somebody who's consistently active when you get rewarded for actually being a part of the streams. So there is your winners. So congratulations again to everyone who won. I really appreciate you guys. What I will do is reach out to those people who won. And thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. We're actually already at 1,100. So we're actually already back up. So which is awesome. We're already back up to a ton. So moving to our chart, guys, we are in a trade. I sent it out to the VIP, but those of you who are not in VIP, you can see it here on my live for free, which is, that's important. We had a major rejection here, so we'll start this trade from bottom to top, guys, and explain why we're in it. You have a top resistance up here. You have a bottom resistance down here, and you have a bottom resistance down here. We've tested this resistance once, and we broke through the EMA ribbon. So our rule number 1, we have the confirmed uptrend, right? Rule number 2 that is met. We had a full candle closure above the EMA ribbon, which is awesome. Rule number 3, we have a fair value gap created with a candle closure above it. And rule number 4, which is a little modified, rule number 4, we have a break and retest of the EMA ribbon and the fair value gap. Typically, we don't want to see it just go straight up because we're going to get retracement. We got the retracement that we were looking for right here, Now it should go up this way. So we have our TP 1, 2, and 3 set, and we've met 4 rules. Oh, reversal at a key zone. There's a 5th rule. And then that break and retest is going to be a staple in the actually way we trade now. I've been using the same system for 15 years, guys, but this break and retest on top of the EMA ribbon with the fair value gaps is very key right here. This is extremely, extremely, extremely important. This shows that not only do we have a reversal of a key zone that reversed, but it shows that we have stabilization with the retest here at the key zone that it retested. So if you're looking to adapt a system, any system, doesn't have to be my system. I personally don't care whose system you use. Just make sure you stick with one and you're consistent. We just noticed that we met all of our rules on this one, and that's why we took it. So all of our rules are met on this, and that's why we're in it. And that's the most important part, is that we're not just, trading based on feeling. We're not trading based on emotion. We're trading on a very, very important system. Now, I want to note that the indicator that I have here is coded to those exact rules that I just explained to you guys. So the 4 rules that we just went over, this indicator is coded to those exactly, which is why it sent a buy signal right here. This is my personal indicator that is coded just for me using my rules. It sent a buy signal right here because we had confirmed uptrend, right? Full candle closure above the EMA ribbon. Fair value gap created. So we are confirmed in an uptrend, confirmed buy on the 15-minute. Now on the 15-minute, Pobreg, what's up? Skillsman Swift, this is NZDUSD. This is NZDUSD. And the technicals are all a buy too, which is important. But not as important. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did see the USD.
New year, new me? Cute. But how about new year, new money?
Good to see you, Info Media. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, the dollar's down, man. On the DXY? Yeah, it's down. It opened down 0.2%, in the Asian session open just now. Where did you setups at? In terms of stop losses and take profits? Is that what you're asking, Miguel? It's a very tight stop loss, by the way, guys. Very tight stop loss. Stop loss is right there. Very tight stops. But our stop loss from entry is 26.8 pips, 27 pips. So we don't have much room for error here in terms of going back the other way. Don't want to start the week off with a huge loss if it does go the opposite way. But based off the chart and what the market is giving us, that seems like a very appropriate stop loss. Now, in terms of our take profits, take profit 1 is 15 pips, which again is pretty much what we always do on the 15-minute time frame. Take profit 2 is 32 pips. Take profit 3 is 47 pips, and then if it does go all the way to the top, you're looking at 80 pips. Silva Miracle, this is NZDUSD. NZDUSD. Yeah, so it's in a corrective phase, guys. The dollar index is in a corrective phase right now, which is why I think NZDUSD is going to drive, personally. Again, we go based on our strategy, so that's the most important thing to look at when we're looking at when to get in a trade, when not to get in a trade. That really determines everything, to be quite honest with you. To me, that's the most important. To me, that's all I really care about is did I follow my rules or not? Because if you don't follow your rules, you don't have a system. And if you don't have a system, it's going to be very, very, very hard to be a profitable trader. I preach that all the time. I preach that every single day, is that you have to have a really solid system. This pair is NZDUSD. We're on NZDUSD, guys. It says it right here, too. If you, hold on. There you go. Now you can see it, guys. It's right here, NZDUSD. But we are in buys. We entered on the 15, but overall, even on the hour, it looks pretty solid. We had a full break of structure here. Your trend lines, if you were to draw, it was in a downtrend for quite some time here, as you can see. We were in a downtrend for quite some time, which you can see right there. We broke structure right here. I'm actually going to draw it up for you. But here was our break of structure. This is our break of structure right here, and I'm going to draw it out just so everybody understands what we're looking at. So here's our break of structure, which is right here. So we were in a downtrend, we had a break of structure. After the break of structure, we came up and retested the zone. This is our zone. We came up, we retested it, and now we're driving back up. So that is the whole analysis behind this, is rejection of a key support, which is right here. That's your support. The candle close above the EMA ribbon, which is right here. The fair value gaps created, which are right here. And the big green candle to start the week out. Because obviously we're in Asian session open. Nice. There you go, Tolby. Good. I'm glad it's making sense to a lot of you guys. Again, it's important to me that you guys understand, because if you don't, that means I'm not doing my job properly. I want to make sure everybody understands why we're getting in trades, how we're getting in trades, what's going on with the trade in general. But we've also created another FVG right here on the past hour, because this candle closed here and this candle opened there. So the difference between the two is going to be what's going to be the FVG. Sure, you want me to drop an analysis on gold? Again, guys, I don't trade gold, personally. It uses way too much of your account. It was at all-time highs. It's unprecedented territories, uncharted territories. I don't trade gold. But if you guys want to look at gold, I'm seeing gold as a buy right now, and I'll tell you why. See our key zones? We've had these key zones marked up for weeks. We've had these key zones marked up. Gold has been bouncing in between this zone right here. These two, this support, this resistance. And right now it opened strong. Gold opened very strong right here. And we got a buy signal on it. I think it could come down and reject this area. Or if we get candle closures above the zones at a break and retest, this could continue up this way. So to me, I would need more confirmation to get in the trade, just because it's stuck in between two zones. But again, it could be finishing out the W pattern, or vice versa. It could be finishing out this M pattern, double top, whatever you want to call it, and reject that area right there. So that's my analysis on it. But again, to be totally honest with you guys, I do not trade gold. Gold is not my thing. I don't like trading it. Like I said, it uses way too much of your account. And it's not easy to trade. Like I said, if you go back, if you look at the 12-month chart, this is gold. This is the 12-month chart on gold. Literally parabolic. This is not sustainable to trade. Granted, this is going back to, it's been on an uptrend since 2005, but this is not sustainable to trade, in my opinion. Personally, that's how I feel about it. I don't think it's sustainable to trade. I know a lot of people make a lot of money off gold. I personally just don't like it. Yeah, no problem there, Silva. Yeah, and it does blow accounts. Like, you have to realize you're using literally so much margin in comparison to a foreign exchange pair like this one. You're using so much margin. And like I said, on the 4 hour, we got a buy signal. So typically, I trade on I analyze on the 4 hour and execute on the 1 hour most of the time. But we had our break of structure over here like we were talking about after this downtrend. We had our break of structure and we came up and retested this zone. That's why the retest area is where our stop loss is. I see this kind of briefly pulling back for a little bit here and we should see it go. It may be an hour or two, it may not, but this is what I'm seeing based off my technical analysis and the way that I trade. Again, I don't trade anyone else's system but my own, guys. So, I don't trade anyone else's system but my own. Yeah, sure, Toby, no problem. So, you need to first identify the zone, right? So, we've identified that this is somewhat of a micro zone right here. This is somewhat of a micro zone right here. Right? We've broken through it where it broke structure here. We've broken through it where it broke structure there. But it did reject it here, and it did reject it here. Right? So now that we've identified the zone, we waited for it to come up and retest, meaning it broke through the zone. So we broke through the zone right here. This is where we broke through it, right? Now we came back down and retested it and had a massive bullish candle going up this way, meaning that this is now our new support. This is now our new support right here. So now that this is our new support, our new resistance is going to be, it's really the same resistance up here on a higher time frame. It's really this is really the resistance up here, but you could have a mini resistance pretty much right here, which means that if that's the case, here, and I'll actually draw it in a yellow bar just so to make it easier. If that's the case, and we've clearly retested the new support down here, and this is our new resistance up here. If that's the case, we should go for 39 to 40 pips. Ideally, we go for 20 on a 15-minute trade. I don't like to hold that long. I like to get in and out. But if we're looking at a 1 hour and a 4 hour chart, especially a 4 hour chart like this, where we've also maintained above the fair value gap and above the zone for 4, 8, 12 hours, there's a pretty good solid chance that this is a buy. We also got a buy signal right here from my indicator on the 4 hour, which indicates that this should be moving up. Correct, yeah, based off all the planning that I just explained, our calculated risk, which is what I like to call it, because we don't gamble here. We take calculated risks based off the strategy that we've put into place. This should see at least this area, if not this area. And possibly all the way up here. I mean, it's very possible. Your next real zone's right here, so I would expect there. But we're on an uptrend, so that's the bottom line right there. Oops. I trade 1 to 500 on my broker. My broker's out of Australia. It's called Liquid Brokers. I think they're a fantastic broker. I know a couple people in this chat use this broker. It is by far, in my opinion, the most solid broker in terms of just really everything, to be honest with you. Their execution's great. Their everything's really good. Right, because you have a lot more steps. Well, leverage, risk management. Yep. Yeah, that's key. I mean, risk management is everything. If you're using the wrong lot size, I'm pretty sure you can use my broker in Europe. Here, I'll send you guys the link. I don't really care who you use. Use what's best for you. But that's who I use. I personally think out of the 15 years I've been trading, they're the best broker that I've seen, personally. Looks like we had a couple people join tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4 new people joined the Discord. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, guys. Appreciate you guys joining. I think you're going to learn a lot. Make sure you head to the education tab. There's a lot to learn there. Quitzer, what's going on? Silver, I love how disciplined trader you are. Thank you, I appreciate it. The broker I use is this one. And again, I don't care what broker you guys use. I'm not one of those guys trying to push affiliate brokerage. I don't give a shit who you trade with. But if you want my opinion, I've tested most of them. No, this is not gold. This is NZDUSD. I don't trade gold, but I did just do an analysis on gold a couple minutes ago. Right after we did our giveaway. So I did just do an analysis on gold earlier. Benny, what's going on? Good to see you, Benny. Glad to have you back, man. Good to see everybody. We already broke a record, guys. Good to see we just broke a record. We have over 120 concurrent viewers. We're at 109 right now, but that is a record for me here, and I appreciate every single one of you being in here. It means a lot. Seriously. Yeah, welcome. Welcome, Anil. Yeah, we just analyzed, we kind of analyzed and went over NZDUSD, the chart here. I can go over it for you guys again. It looks like there's a lot of new people in here. So we understand that this was in a downtrend, and we had a break of structure right here, where the downtrend was broken, and we had a break of structure, and the EMA ribbon flip. After the EMA ribbon flip, and you get a full candle closure above, that signifies that we're now in a reversal. Once we understand we're in a reversal, we wait for a fair value gap to be formed. And we also wait for a break of a zone and retest. We had the break of this yellow zone right here. And it broke it, retested it, and it kept going. So our analysis of this chart is that it is a buy. It never hurts to have the technicals on your side here. And the technicals are all a buy as well. So other than the 1 minute, but we don't really concern ourselves with the 1 minute. Even the day, even the week, they're all strong buys. So I think that YouTube owner concept, I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what that means. What's up, Corner? What's going on, man? How are you? Well, yeah, I appreciate everybody joining tonight instead of watching the Super Bowl, or you may be doing both. How many we got from America in here? Are we mostly overseas in here? I know all my normal guys where they're from. How many we got from the U.S. in here? There's pretty much everybody overseas. I'm in Florida, personally. Welcome to the stream, brother. Appreciate you joining. But if for those of you just joining, we are already in NZDUSD buys. Typically, I wait a little longer to get in a trade, but I was liking what I was seeing here already. There you go. We got South Africa in the house. I know we have Bangladesh. I know we have some people in Africa. There you go. Kenya. Nice, nice, nice. So we got people from all over the world. And I tell you what, that's what I love about trading, is that you have people from all over the world coming together with a common goal. You know? That is awesome to me. That's one of the things I love about this Trading with Matt community that we created. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Poland, nice. From Bills. I know where Miguel's at. Nigeria, Zambia, probably. Congo DR. Nice. You trade synthetic? Okay. Like I say this on every stream, there's more than one way to trade. I'm just using what's worked for me for the past decade and a half. You know what I mean? Philippines, there you go. Philippines. Miguel, what do you mean MCL? Burundi. I don't even know where that is. I don't even know where that is, man. Look, everyone has their opinions on traders, but I stream for free Sunday through Thursday for this community. And we've been building it for a couple months now, and it's been really well. There's too much negativity in the trading space. There's always one or two guys that are just always super negative, even though we're providing valuable insight as someone who is a profitable trader. But, you know, there's always going to be haters out there, and that's okay. They got to make the world go around, too. Let's see. Micro oil. You want me to look at MCL? All right. Nah, let's see here. Look at it on the 4 hour first, like we always do. We always look at the 4 hour first when we're marking the chart up, you know? Always. Cape Town, South Africa. Suleiman, what's going on? To be honest with you, the gap up and the gap down scares the heck out of me. Oh, another African country. Nice. Winston, welcome. This gap up and then gap down for looks like two separate session closes and opens is extremely weird. But if you were to draw your zones up on this, you got one there, you got one here. And then if you dive deeper into the 1 hour, you've got a micro zone that was a support here and a resistance here. I'd say it looks like somewhat of a sell. It may retest market open right here. But we'll see. It may come up and retest market open and come back down. But there's a pretty strong bearish open on the market here, especially below the EMA ribbon. So that would be my analysis on that one there. There he is. Adele's back. Appreciate that, Benny. Appreciate you, my man. That means a lot. Thank you. We even did a poll tonight, guys. We did a poll in the community. Oh, you're good, Adele. No worries. We took a poll in the community, and 80% of you guys said skip the Super Bowl and stream. So I said the community is going to decide whether I watch the Super Bowl or not. And I'll show you what. You guys did not fail. I literally put it in saying, I said, do you want to stream market open tomorrow or push till Monday because of the Super Bowl? 80% of you said yes, stream. 20% of you said no, we're going to watch the Super Bowl. And I think that that's because a lot of this, the community is from overseas, which is fine. Ania, what's going on? Eldon Peachy, what's going on? Welcome to the stream, guys. What's going on, guys? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think I might be the only trader streaming tonight because this is the most views we've had pretty much ever. We're at 120 at one point. But we are in on a trade already, guys, just as a heads up. We're in long on NZDUSD. I sent it out in the VIP chat. So we are in long. Our break and retest at the zone with the candle closure above the EMA ribbon. Am I profitable? Yes. Yes, I am. The Psycho CEO. To be honest with you, man, I don't trade stocks. I just trade current currencies. What's the sauce? The sauce is the same rules that I've been using for a decade and a half. You create your support and resistance zones. You find a break of structure. You wait for it to break and retest the zone. And then use the EMA ribbon and a fair value gap to confirm the buy or the sell. Agagnon, I appreciate that. Can't wait to buy Bitcoin at 56K. What is it even at right now? Yeah, I think if anything, it's going to go down to like 62. Our next zone, and we drew these zones out last month, guys, on stream. But that's our next zone right there. That's your next Bitcoin zone, which is, yeah, 55, 56K. I don't really know what SMC is, to be honest with you. ICT, SMT, ACTs, you know, ACTs. I don't know what all these are. All I know is that I have a strategy that is I've been using for a long time. And that strategy has helped me make a good amount of money for myself. So consistently, year over year, for the past 7 years. So that's what I'm sticking with personally. I know a lot of other people, you know, do things differently, which is totally fine. Nice bearish engulfing candle on the 1 day there. So that's a good sign that we are going to push toward the upside. We did have a very tight stop on this, guys. We had a very tight stop on this. Just as a heads up. The tight stop was, tight loss was pretty smart. USD CAD long, we can certainly take a look at it. We're not in it. We're already in a trade, so obviously we won't take another trade. You're consolidating. You did have a break and retest, but you're consolidating right now. Yeah, here. I'll draw these up for you, but you're consolidating pretty much right here. You're consolidating between two zones. And then you had a reversal right here, which would be the second or third time that it tested this support. So it certainly does look like it's a buy. However, this fair value gap and this EMA ribbon scares me a little bit because sometimes it'll just test it and reject it. I would need to see a full candle closure up here or a full candle closure down here to take sells, and for buys it would be up here. So that's my analysis of that one. I mean, certainly liquidity plays an important role, but you know, it's hard to predict that. Like, you could wait for a liquidity sweep and then take it the opposite direction. That's certainly something that you could do. I know a lot of people that do that. I took my entry on the 15-minute on this one, so I'm not too concerned with getting in early, because we had buy signals on both the 4-hour and the 4-hour and the 1-hour. So I'm not really too concerned with this candle right here. I don't think we'll break below this. And if we do, so be it. I'm very confident in the strategy that we have put in place. I don't know what a smart money concept is, to be honest with you, Anya. This trade's 1 to 3, but I don't believe in RR. I think RR is a sham. I think if you have proper risk management and you understand how to properly read market structure, and you know the direction, not know, but can take a calculated risk on which way the direction of the market is going, you can hold a little bit of drawdown and still be okay. The last couple trades that we took that we've made a ton on were 1 to 1. So I'm not really a big proponent of R to R. I know a lot of people get really caught up with RR, and you have to be positive RR. I really could care less. I've analyzed the market as what it is. I analyze the market for what it is, Yeah, a lot of people don't like waiting. I can understand that. I can certainly understand not liking waiting. A lot of people don't like to wait. I don't mind waiting because I'll set and forget. I'm a big proponent of that. And I know it's a big Alex G thing. And he says, set and forget, set and forget. I agree. Set it and forget it. If you've made your analysis and you're confident in your strategy, there's no reason to sit here and stare at the charts. But I'm live streaming for a community, so I am going to sit here and look at the charts with you guys. And you can ask questions and we can go over it and, understand kind of what's going on with the market. Would I enter another buy as it drops a little bit? Yeah. Yep. Volume equals volatility. We say that all the time on every stream. I agree with you. How do I check support and resistance on the time frame I'm using? So the time frame that we draw up support and resistance to start is the 4-hour. So we had a support and a resistance way up here. As you can see, I put R up there. But we start on the 4-hour, right? So we started on the 4-hour and had one right here because it was a resistance over here and then became a support. Then we moved one because we had a market open here and then a pullback to here. Our second one where this kind of came down and rejected and went back up, then broke through. There was our break of structure. So this is another support now. And then another resistance we have is somewhere up here. It really should be up here, to be quite honest with you. But again, it's a zone, not just a line. So that's our next real resistance. And then if we break through that, we could possibly see the top of this, which would obviously certainly be nice. But you never know. I'm confident in the analysis. So if you're talking about volume, right? So hold on, let me show you. So you see this right here? The charts with the most volume. So the volume right here indicates that there's going to be movement. Anytime the volume is high, which it is very high for Asian session open, we're only 42 minutes into it. Anytime there's volume, that means there's going to be volatility because there's buyers and sellers coming in. So volume equals more volatility, or at least the chance for there to be more volatility. So that's what I mean by that. Yeah, the only thing that you need on TradingView on this sidebar here is the name of the pair and the volume. So if you've got last, change percentage, extended hours, description, you don't need any of that. The only thing you need is the volume and the name of the pair. Everything else is nonsense. I don't care about the change percentage and all that. That's just my opinion. Again, there's many ways to trade profitably. So if that's something that you like to look at, totally get it. Manny, no, I don't trade gold. I don't like trading gold. I don't think there's as much market structure to it. It's been parabolic for a long time. So it's very unstable, and I don't like the way it trades. There's less market structure to it over time, and it's just been on a pretty much straight uptrend. This is NZDUSD. We're looking at this currently is the 4 hour. We've analyzed it on the 4 hour, the 15 minute, and the 1 hour. Those are typically the three that I use. All right. Yeah, I mean, the volume is important. Volume is super important. Seahawks, man. No, I got the Pats tonight. 20-pound brisket. That's a lot of food. That is a lot of food. Yeah, NQ is just, I don't really trade anything New York session. I like the Asian session better. I know the London session pretty much either moves us into profit or takes us out. More times than not moves us into profit. But I just like that session better. I like the market structure of those sessions. I think that they make more sense to me, and I've been trading them for a long time, you know? When you do something for a long time and it makes sense and it continuously makes sense, you know, that's where we're at on it. Dan, what's going on? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you guys joining tonight. Yeah, I know Miguel loves his London session. Thanks to all the new people that joined tonight. We got a ton of new people. Already 30 new subs. Z-Bay, yeah, we did. We're long on NZDUSD. John Peter, what's going on? How are you? Oh yeah, it does. Like I said, most of our trades leak into the London session. Because realistically, if we wanted, we could have put a stop loss down here. We could have put a stop loss way down here instead of where we have it. I personally didn't want to hold that. It's only 40 pips. And it's not a terrible stop loss spot. But we're going to stick with what we shot. It shouldn't be. My stream health is excellent on all platforms right now. Yeah, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. Screen shouldn't be frozen, though. Like I said, it's excellent stream quality on all of the things here. Mitesh Joshi, what's going on? Mites Joshi. What's going on? How you doing today? Yeah, we're going to test this EMA ribbon probably. I still stand by our analysis. I like the way this chart looks, so. But welcome everybody. Appreciate everyone who just subscribed today. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know some of you are probably watching the Super Bowl and having a good time. What is the score? Anyone tell me what the score is? I guess I could probably look at it. 6-0. You think so, Dynex? We're trading NZDUSD in the foreign exchange markets. Asian session open. Sunday Asian session open. That is what we were trading, Amaron. Yeah, like I said, I'm not worried about it. The only time I get in a trade is when it meets all 4 or 5 of my criteria rules, and I'm very strict about those. So that's why I don't really worry or have really emotions toward trading if it's in drawdown or if you're heading towards a stop loss. I don't. We're trading foreign exchange there, Ragnar. If RKM is a stock, we're not looking at stocks right now. What is it, ARKM? Oh, you're looking at a crypto, huh? There's a lot of different ones to look at here, but it's all these smaller cryptocurrencies are all gonna follow Bitcoin's chart. They all follow Bitcoin's chart. They all look exactly the same. If you look at this and look at that, it's the same chart. You know what I mean? They all follow suit. Every single one of them. That's just how the crypto space works. They all follow the one main cryptocurrency. And obviously you have Ethereum and you have, you know, some other big ones, but they also essentially follow Bitcoin's chart. If Bitcoin's up, everything's up in terms of the crypto space. If Bitcoin's down, all the meme coins and all the other smaller tokens and coins are down. That's just the way it works. Clean energy. There you go, Nato Tuka. Nice. Good. Good, good, good. Yeah, I just personally don't like those, Ania. I don't trade any of those. Most of those are futures, like S&P 500 futures. Gold is obviously precious metal. Nasdaq is the Nasdaq. Again, I don't trade those. I like the foreign exchange market a lot better. I like the way it moves. I like the market structure. I like the price action better. It's been around forever. It's not Monday today's eBay. This is Sunday here, Asian Session Open. But we've had very, very good results on Asian Session Open, so I don't really have a problem with it. I don't trade on Fridays. Now, Fridays is different. I worked on Wall Street, and I can tell you nobody, and I mean nobody, on Friday actually trades on Wall Street. They just don't. They're closing positions. They're not opening new ones to hold over the weekend. Yes, this strategy does work going into the London session. Asian session to open London, yes, it is good for that. This strategy works on all the sessions. Like I said, the only thing I don't like about... Yeah, we trade Mondays too, though. We just don't trade Fridays. That's my rule, is Sunday through Thursday. So we trade 5 days there, and we don't touch anything on Fridays. Fridays, everything's closed out, and we're done for the week. So after our Thursday night trade is done, this is TradingView that we're looking at right now. We're currently looking at TradingView. But TradingView is what we trade on, and then the broker I use is Liquid Brokers. Again, I don't really care what broker you guys use. You can use whatever broker works best in your country, whatever broker you feel the most comfortable with. That's up to you guys. It's none of my business which broker you use. Niels is going to sell it. Go ahead, man. But we shall see. Again, the analysis was made, and we stick with our analysis. Very much believer in the set and forget. Winston, we're on the 1 hour right now. This is the 1 hour time frame. We're going to get a new candle here in 5 minutes. A new hour candle. Yeah, in 5 minutes here, we're going to be getting 4 minutes and 40 seconds to be exact. We're going to be getting a new hour candle. Not Telegram, Discord. You'll see it pop up here from Nightbot. You'll see my Discord channel pop up right there. There you go. It'll pop up on that stream too for you. But it's free. You're more than welcome to get in it. All are welcome. We just had a ton of people join today. If I go to the welcome tab, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people tonight alone joined, which is awesome. One thing you should mainly focus on is market structure and price action. We're in a buy here. If you can see, the red is right here. This is where our stop loss is, and the green is where our buy is. So we're in a buy. We got in on a buy here due to a couple factors, but the main one being that we did get our buy signal based on our strategy right here. Again, it looks like we had some retracement back to this EMA ribbon, but I'm really not too worried because we've been using this FVG pretty solid here. I strongly do not like trading the New York session. The New York session has way too much red folder news, and red folder news is very unpredictable. Whether it be FOMC, PMI, PPI, NFP, all of those news, it's too much. Every other day you have news. I personally like the so that's what I like. It's George. No, somebody said, may I ask you how this volume is counted here? Is it based on your past or what? The volume's just literally what TradingView tells you right here what the volume is. I use the FXCM one. That seems to be the most accurate for all of the foreign exchange pairs. But volume is calculated right here on the side. Like I said, in these settings, you don't need last, you don't need change, you don't need change percentage, you don't need extended hours, description. All you need is the ticker and the volume. I personally like having the logo of the pair just to have it there, but that's all you need on here. You don't need all that other information. I think it's just kind of cloudy in terms of judgment. You want to check NQ? The E-mini NASDAQ futures. Again, I don't trade this, guys. This is not something that I trade. I don't trade E-mini. But the volume on this, it's at 47,000 right now is the volume on this. And it looks like it's in an uptrend, possibly going to have an EMA ribbon flip right here. Or it could be using this as a break and retest, because this was a support for quite some time here. It could be using this as a break and a retest to keep driving back down. Or this could be a total liquidity drop right here, and it could break to the upside. Not 100% sure what it's going to do on this one, but that's just my analysis on this NQ. But again, I don't trade NQ. I don't. I'm just not a fan of futures as much as I am Forex. And I know that's probably different for a lot of people, but again, everybody trades differently. Everybody's got different strategies. Yeah, no problem. Tomato. No problem. AVGO. AVGO is a stock. It's been consolidating pretty heavily. I mean, if we draw our support and our resistance here, it's been consolidating quite heavily. There, we'll draw all the way at the bottom, and then we'll drop down to we're actually on the hour already. And then you kind of got a support right here, a mini support. It's kind of at an impasse here. It looks like it could fill the zone for another, 33.8765 for another $5, and then probably retrace. But you had a consolidation period that has pretty much been consolidating between $30 and $37 for over 19 days. It's been hovering between these two zones. So in terms of taking a trade on it, you'd have to really wait for it to, for my rules, again, you know, everybody has their own rules. I'd want it to break this zone, retest, and then see it go to the next zone, or come back down, break this EMA, then head toward the bottom zone. But right now, I wouldn't trade anything right there in that zone. That's kind of no man's land until you get some sort of indication of which zone it's going to head toward or which zone it's going to break. Jose, what's going on? Or Hosis, sorry. Hosis Arango, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, no problem, Jay Harris. Anytime. And we'll see what happens on this new hour candle. We did just get a new hour candle. So, looks like it's driving back up. It's probably going to come down and make a wick and move down toward this way. We would just like for it to hold this fair value gap and keep moving up. EGEK, what's up, man? How you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. What's going on, man? I'd like to see a closer above this fair value gap. That would really be nice, but we'll see what happens here. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. I'm gonna edit this circle here. Close the break of structure a little bit because it was really just right there. There we go. Now it says it would there. Nice. For those of you who are just joining, guys, welcome. I appreciate everybody joining. Hope you guys had a great weekend. We do this Sunday through Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you did subscribe, put your notifications on, or join the free Discord, you'll get notifications when I go live, when I post educational videos, all that information. Yeah, no problem, Hoses. Thank you. Nice. You trade SPY? Cool, man. Like I said, everybody has their preference on what they trade. If we all traded the same thing, you know, I think the trading space would look a lot different, you know. But there's more than one way to be a profitable trader. There's more than one strategy that works, and there's no point in being negative about other people's strategy. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin's dropping, so AVGO was a stock. Yeah, I would just wait. Like I said, for my strategy, I'd wait. But this is a key zone right here that it hasn't broken in since back here, which is roughly 19 days ago. So you have a 19-day resistance going on that one. It's important to note 19 days of resistance is pretty key. But the market opened, what was that? A couple weeks ago, market open was down here. And it's been down since. Ever since it's been down. It spiked pretty bad down here too. And it looks like it's been on the up and up. But the candles are getting real small right here. Which leads me to believe it could do anything. It could go this way or it could go this way. Small-bodied candles with small wicks are typically a sign that the market doesn't know what it's going to do. But again, you could see this zone up here. You could also see it come back down and test the EMA ribbon and then move further down from there. But it would be, that'd be a gamble for me. I wouldn't touch that one. Euro USD, we can certainly take a look for you there. We're trading NZDUSD right now. NZDUSD. Let me take a look at Euro USD. Let's see here. So, remember what we talked about Euro USD yesterday? Yeah, I go live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I do not trade Friday. I do not trade Fridays, guys. But, so if we're looking at Euro USD, it has been in consolidation for literally 6 days. We're going on a week of consolidation. We thought that it was possibly going to, when it broke support down here, that it was going to continue down to the next level. It immediately came back up in the next hour and continued to move up from there. On Euro USD, you need to see a break and retest here to consider the downside, or a break and retest here to consider the upside to this next zone. Other than that, I would not touch this one. That you're guessing whether it's going to reject here or whether it's going to keep going here. That is a guess. I only trade my own capital there, Tomato. I don't trade prop accounts. I don't know if you guys saw, but a bunch of prop firms banned trading gold, silver, some other commodities and precious metals. I don't like being restricted on what I can trade, and I don't like the rules that they make you trade by, personally. So, I don't necessarily subscribe to trading those. Yeah, Humphrey, I don't trade gold either. But we analyzed it earlier. It is starting to move up. It moved up on market open. You do have higher lows, and ideally you'd get a higher high up here to continue this uptrend. But until it breaks one of these zones, until we get a break and retest on this zone, or a break and retest to this zone, I'm personally not going to touch it. Yeah, there's people that overtrade, but there's also people that crush it in gold and silver. I personally don't like how much of your account it uses, and I also don't like trading it, period. There's no market structure to it. You got to go to like the 15-minute or the 1 hour only, and I'm not a fan of it. No problem, Humphrey. And yeah, Tomato, I don't necessarily subscribe to two things, either RR or win rate. I don't think they matter. If your wins are much larger than your losses, for instance, let's just say we lose this trade, for instance. I don't think we will, but let's just say we lose this trade, right? And it hits our stop loss. Our stop loss was only 20 pips. Or 27 pips, excuse me. Our last trades, if we go to, here, let's take a look here. If we go to our weekly reports, our last week here, this one right here, 15 pips, 22 pips, 15 pips, 73 pips. And only one loss of 28 pips. So our losses are small and our wins are small to big. 73 pips on one trade last week. Went all the way down to TP3. So, I mean, it just really depends how you look at it. our win rate was really good last week. Other weeks we have small, like a win rates that are less than 50%, but we still make money. Jermaine, the indicator that I'm using is currently my indicator. All it is an EMA ribbon and a fair value gap, and then it prints buy sell signals based off this information right here. So if you see up here in the top corner, in order for us to take a trade, price needs to either be above or below an EMA ribbon. We need a bullish or bearish fair value gap, or bullish or inverse fair value gap. It tells us our support, our resistance, and then our last signal, whether it was a buy or a sell. That's what that is. And again, this is coded to my rules. I have 4 or 5 rules that I follow no matter what to take a trade. And if I don't meet that criteria to take that trade, then I don't take it. It took me about 5-6 years to become profitable. It took me a while, but I've been doing this for 15 years, so I've been profitable for quite some time. Made up for the losses tenfold. Jay Harris, like I said, I don't trade stocks. Like, I don't day trade stocks. I have long-term investments in stocks, but I don't trade stocks like that. I only trade foreign exchange. How much do I make a month? I'm not really going to disclose that, but it's above 5 figures. What is my top 5 financial instruments to trade? Do you mean like what indicators do I use, or what actual foreign exchange pairs? Because in terms of foreign exchange pairs, I love USD JPY, I love Euro JPY, all the JPY pairs. So, Jay Harris, that's gonna fully depend on what happens tonight through Asian session and London open and London close. Not necessarily London close, but what happens through Asian session and through London session. That's fully going to depend on that. Nice. You trade on Charles Schwab? Yeah, I use a broker overseas in Australia. I like the leverage better. And yeah, Tomato, like I said, I'll never talk crap about another trader on this because I think there's so much negativity in the trading space, and I'm sick of it. All these guys going on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and just sitting there and talking crap about other traders. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a part of that. But I will say ICT, his wording is confusing. He essentially renamed a lot of things that already existed. And again, if it works for him and he's profitable, awesome. I have no arguments here. There's many different ways to trade. But if you're just going to start renaming things that already have names just to call them your own, and teach your own class, I understand that. I only take 1 trade a day, at most 2. And like I said, I really only trade the Asian session, so I only take about 1 trade a day. This past week, we took 6 trades, and we went 5-1. But yeah, that's how I look at it. Yeah, of course, especially trading at 1 to 500. Especially trading at 1 to 500 leverage if you use a good broker overseas. Yeah. I agree with you, Nato Tuka. I tell people that you need minimum $300 to $500 to start. You can start with less, just expect to make less. It's all about setting expectations and having the proper risk management size and using the proper lot size based off your account size. You know, you don't want to open a $3,000 account and risk $1,000 per trade. You know, that's going to blow up in your face real fast. So, you know, you just got to be careful about what lot size you use and your risk management plan. That's the most important thing. And again, we don't chase dollar amounts per day. Like, I don't go into the day saying, oh, I want to make $5,000. I go into the day saying, what does the market structure look like? We have a break and retest here. Where do I think the market's going to go? Well, I think the market's going to probably go up here. So, yeah, no problem, Tomato. Just reach out. 2K a week with a $3,000 account? I think you'd be risking quite a bit to get to that. Yeah, Niels, if that's how you feel about it, 100%. I mean, I know plenty of people that trade props. I personally don't like a lot of the rules some of them have. You have to trade a certain amount of days. You can only hold a certain amount of drawdown. Like, if they say you have a 100K account, but you can only have $5,000 drawdown, then you only have a $5,000 account. They're not letting you hold drawdown in a 100K account. Yeah, just go on my YouTube, Jay Harris. There's a Learn How to Day Trade playlist on there. I post videos all the time. Just follow me if you'd like to learn my system. Again, I don't care who you guys learn from. I'm trading for my enjoyment and for other people to learn. But, you know, yeah, just, yeah, look at my YouTube. My Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any of it. They all get the same stuff posted to them, you know? Yeah, Dynex, I got you. I've got a ton, man. If you scroll on my TikTok, there's hundreds on there. What hours do I trade? Flowers lady, no, I don't trade futures. I do not trade futures. I agree, psychology is huge. Yeah, Niels, like I said, everybody has a different trading strategy. Some people like props. If you have the money to trade your own capital, I fully suggest trading your own capital. But if you want to trade props and follow their rules, I totally get it. Like I said, there's more than one way to trade. There's more than one way to become profitable. Rough. Hey man, it's part of the game though. Builds character. Helps you learn what not to do. Hopefully. You know? It really does. losses is just paying the price of becoming successful. You know what I mean? Everybody's got them. Everybody has them. And if they tell you they don't, they're lying to you. Everybody has losses. We had one loss last week. We went 5-1. Couple weeks before that, we had, I think, even amount of wins, even amount of losses, but one of the weeks, the amount of pips loss was higher, so we ended up net minus 17 pips. But again, if you use proper risk management and have a good risk management strategy, that's not going to blow up your account. You just might have a red week. But what determines a good trader is at the end of the month or at the end of the week or at the end of the year, do you have more money in your account than when you started? It has nothing to do with win rate. It has nothing to do with RR. It has nothing to do with any of that. Bottom line, it's like a business. Do you have more money than when you started when you finish in a certain time frame? And the answer is either yes or no. That's how I look at it, you know? And I know some people don't agree with that. But that's okay. Everybody's got a different strategy. Yeah, you just got to stick to them stop losses, man. Once you do your analysis, if you analyze it the right way and you're confident in your strategy, just stick to it. If it hits the stop loss, it hits the stop loss. As long as you didn't over leverage your account, it's fine. You're going to have losses. Everybody has losses. Every single person has losses, whether they want to tell you, admit it to you or not. How do I manage the mental aspect? So I treat my wins and my losses the exact same. Whether I win or whether I lose, I have the exact same reaction, which is no reaction. That just takes time. That takes a lot of time. But also understanding that there is zero emotion involved in a chart. Yes, there's emotion involved in winning and making money and losing money. But psychological trading is the most important. Is honestly, I would say arguably more important than actually marking up your charts. Once you're in the chart, in the trade, what goes through your head when you're in drawdown, like I'm live in front of you guys in drawdown $800. Like I'm not freaking out. You know, some people will join this and say, oh, he's holding drawdown, I'm getting out of this life. That's okay. You don't understand the analysis then. Here's my analysis. If it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. We're still going to close bullish on this candle. But it's fine with me. I'm very confident in the way I drew it up. Just got here. What are we in? Desists. We are looking at NZDUSD. We're in buys. Currently holding a little bit of drawdown, but we are in buys. What do we got on this 15? Yeah, I mean, ideally. I'd like it to not break the low of the previous candle. Ideally. Jose Nunez finally got a unit to can handle these charts. There you go, multiple screens. Nice. It's always fun getting your first dual screen setup or tri screen setup or quad screen setup. It's always nice getting that. Sydney, what's up, man?
People have lots of opinions when it comes to our bodies, our shapes, and how we dress.
Yeah, I put Sydney, I put a poll up in the Discord and everyone decided they wanted to stream tonight, so I said, "All right, we're streaming." The community has spoken. They want to stream, so I'm streaming. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. My girlfriend's in the other room watching it on the TV. But I saw that it's like, what is it, 9-0? Yeah, 9-0. What a boring one. But they got a 2-score lead, so it is what it is, you know? So most of my trading was self-taught, like, you know, just trial and error. But I watched a lot of Adam Khoo videos growing up. Adam K, I believe KHOO. Yeah, no problem, Sydney. I'm glad to have you. LLY. I was on the 4 there, the 4-hour, Miguel. LLY levels, so look at the 4-hour here. Here, let's clean this chart up. Oops. LLY chart. So here's your levels. There's your support. There's your resistance. The spikes up and down are kind of inexplicable. It's been sitting in the same zone for 77 days. It's been fluctuating between 1,000 and little less than 1,200, between 1,000 and 1,120 for 77 days. So based on the 4-hour and the 1-hour, it looks like it's on an uptrend. But again, you're trading inside. With this spike right here, totally broke any sort of market structure you had. This spike and then come back down broke any market structure you had. If it would have stayed right here instead of spiking all the way up like that, you'd have a better idea that it is on a slight uptrend. But this right here is scary. I mean, that's a what is that? That's almost $1,000. That's almost $110 swing on a stock. That's a lot. It's a lot on a stock. But again, to me, it looks like a buy. Hussein Hassan, what's going on, man? How are you? Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you. Miguel, I was on the 4 though, and the 1. 4 and the 1. Realistically, the stop loss should be down here, but you know, I already sent it out. S Gamers, what's going on, man? Thanks for the sub. You missed your GJ sell, huh? Oh, wow, that was a big old wick down, huh? That's all right. No FOMO, bros. We have no fear of missing out. There will always be another trade. You have quite literally 23 hours and 6 days a week to trade the foreign exchange markets. There's no reason to have fear of missing out and then jumping in a trade because you're mad that you missed it. No reason whatsoever. You know what I mean by that, guys? Yeah, it's trying. It's certainly trying.
This is actually a secret right now, so you're hearing this.
Like I said, I think that the analysis was pretty good on it. I'm really not worried. I'm a big proponent of set and forget. We made the analysis. We could have had the stop loss lower, to be honest with you, but when we executed the trade, it was on the 15. So when we executed this trade, it was on the 15-minute when we got this buy signal right here, which obviously it went up. We thought since it broke the highs, it was going to keep going up. Looks like it's coming down to retest this level, but our stop loss realistically hasn't been that low in 2 days and 10 hours. Typically, it uses the EMA ribbon on the way up as a support as well. So it looks like it is reversing, which is solid. So I'm not particularly worried, But again, we use the proper risk management where if it does hit the stop loss, it's not that big of a deal. We move on. Yeah, no problem, Jay Harris. You have a great night as well. Yeah, just DM it to me or put it in trade talk. I'm trying to make sure that we use all the channels properly, guys. So if you're saying anything about strategy, make sure you're putting it in trade talk. The only thing we want in testimonials is winners. You know what I mean? In testimonials, this is the only thing we want. I don't want conversation in the testimonials. That's where trade chat is. Or if you're in the VIP chat or market talk. But in terms of like the testimonials page and the announcements page and stuff like that, let's try and keep everything on topic in here. Try and keep testimonials just to testimonials, because when people join, they want to be able to see testimonials, not us talking. Yeah, Winston, I like the trade, man. We'll see. I personally like the trade. It looks like it's rejecting it pretty good. I personally re-entered another position. Yeah, it does. I'd say I personally use it. It's been used more on Forex and futures. But yes, this good question there. It works on everything. Sure, I'm not getting trading view seems a little different. Mine looks the same on the 1 hour there, Miguel. They're both red right now. It just flipped to blue. Well, blue on this current 1 hour candle, Miguel. Yeah, again, I still like to trade, especially if the 2 hour candles close within the body of that prior hour candle. Not mad about it. And we've got a wick to possibly fill up here, so again, time will tell, but the analysis was there. Good questions, guys, though. Good questions. Appreciate everyone joining tonight. I know it's Super Bowl, but we got a lot of viewers in here tonight. Setting records. Each time. Really, each time. We're also going to set... Let's set my alerts here. I always suggest doing this, guys, if you're not going to be staring at your charts. Make sure you put alerts where key levels are that you know that you want to either get in or get out of a trade. Super important if you don't want to just stare at a chart all day, you know? It's definitely a good tip there on not having to sit in front of the computer or stare at your phone all day. Let TradingView tell you where it's at. Let TradingView do the work. TP1 is at 0.60477. Oh, you guys can't see it? Hold on. There you go. Now you can see it on the side right here. The green, the green, and the green right there. And I honestly, to be honest with you guys, and I rarely do this, but if this was to be a to retrace to this level right here, this is where the stop loss should be. Like I said, we went tight on the stop loss. But if you wanted to give yourself breathing room, realistically, it should be 0.59921. Or at least actually right under that where the tips are. 0.59903. But again, we made it tight. That's what I sent out. So, you know, But realistically, when you zoom out and look at it on a larger scale, you could still put it down here and still be in 1 to 2 RR for all you RR fans out there. But again, what I sent out in the group was this, so. But if you're on stream here and you are watching, you can have it a little lower. Yeah, it could be a retest on the floor, on the 4. Realistically, it was a retest on the 1. So on the 1 hour there, Jose, it broke structure here, retested, and then went up. And that's why we got in the buy right here. It broke previous highs and closed with a massive bullish engulfing candle. So I assumed at most we'd come down here and then skyrocket, at least coming to TP2 up here. Setting lots and chasing pips. Yes, sir. So that's like my analysis of it. And that's why we took this trade. You know, we had the EMA ribbon flip. We had the candle closure above. We had the fair value gaps. We had the break of a key zone. And we had the reversal at a key zone as well. So key support. So all the rules were met there. Now we're just going to wait and see what happens. But again, if you are in this stream and you are in this trade live, there's no reason you can't move SL to here, where the actual bottom of the possible reverse head and shoulders is. So if you look at this, shoulder, head, shoulder. That's what you're looking at right there. Can I change the color of this? That's not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Yeah, I don't know if that helps or not, but oops. Yeah, that doesn't help at all. I don't know why I would do that. Chandra, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I think I ruined that. But yeah, that's what you're looking at, guys. But I still think that this is going to come up to here. That's why we have this. That's essentially what you're looking at, though. And we're going to delete it just because it's ugly. Oops. Nope. But it should come back up to this area. Yes, I do remember you, Chandra. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember you. Or Chandra. Of course I do. $61 new subs this stream, guys. I really appreciate you guys. It means a lot. It means a lot, guys. Thank you. If you're just joining us, guys, my name's Matt with Trading with Matt, and we stream Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Asian session open, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you subscribe, like the stream, and we'll be here all week. Today's just day 1 of a 5-day trade week. We may squeeze a New York session in there tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. We may or may not. Ron Lawson from Oxford, UK. What's going on? Chandra, I don't trade funded accounts. I don't like the strict policies. Thank you, Silman Trades. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Jose, my man, what's going on? We got 13 minutes and 30 seconds left in this 4-hour candle and 1-hour candle. Interested to see what happens because these past... Yeah, I will. I'm going to tomorrow. I'm going to make one tomorrow. I got a lot of videos to make tomorrow. I'm going to be pretty much filming all day tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday, right? Yeah. No, I don't. I have my own. See how it says Matt strategy up here in the top right corner? This is my own indicator. So I don't use other people's indicators. I use mine. I've had this one coded specifically for my rules there, Ron. Good question, though. Good question. I'm already in. I'm already in this trade. Our signal to enter this trade was right here when we broke the previous highs. Yes, I'm on leverage, 1 to 500. So after we broke and retested this zone, we broke the previous high right here and closed with a massive bullish candle. I knew we were going to get some retracement. I thought it would be more to right here, but hey, you know, the difference of, you know, 11 pips isn't going to kill you if you use proper risk management. But that's where we're at on this one. That is why we entered there, and it met all of our criteria by... Which platform is the best? I can only speak to what I use. This is what I use, though. Oops, sorry. That's what I use there, Chandra. You can check if it works in your region. I'm not sure where you are. How much percent am I risking? Like 4.5. Sulman, like 4.5%. Not much. Not much. Like I said, we put a pretty tight stop loss on this one. Because originally... Spoofable Mac, what's going on, man? How are you? On the 15-minute chart here, this buy signal right here was our buy signal. But we use the 4-hour to mark up our... we use the 4-hour to mark up our main zones. And then we drop down to the 1-hour and mark up these, and we identified our break of structure, our downtrend, and where our break of structure was right here. And then we waited for the break and retest, and then we entered up here. Obviously, we are holding a little bit of drawdown, but I use the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 15-minute. We're not holding much, but we're holding, what is that? Roughly 12 pips of drawdown. Eamon, we're trading on the 4-hour, the 1-hour, and the 15-minute is what we use. I'm currently looking at the 1-hour right now. This is currently the 1-hour time frame, but we've been monitoring the 1-hour and the 4-hour here. I think we're probably going to fill this wick at some point. So that's where we're at on that. This app is called TradingView, so this is where pretty much everyone marks their charts up. Majority of traders use TradingView to mark their charts up. That's what my indicator is published on, so that's what I use. And then all my execution is done on my broker, which is trade execution, which is Liquid Brokers. So I have both up. I have TradingView to mark my charts, and then my broker up to execute the trades based off what I'm seeing on TradingView. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, I trade 5 days a week. I also run an extremely large golf course. So I do both right now. I think within the year I'm going to be full-time trading, but I do stream full-time 5 days a week. I just do make a decent amount of money at my job, so while I'm young, I'm doing both, stacking cash both ways. So I don't have to do this much longer. I do not back test every day before my setups and execution, Ron. I've been doing this for about a decade and a half, almost 15 years. So I've done all the back testing that I need to do. I know what works for me. Nice, man. Nice, yeah. And I think that everybody should be working a job while they trade full time to be able to go full time, because it takes the stress off of if you do take losses, that you still have paychecks coming in. Until you get to the point where you're consistently making, $3,000 to $5,000 a week. Obviously, everybody has different bills and what they need to make. For me, $16,000 to $25,000 a month is what I need to be at, and I'm pretty close. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and I'll be 100% transparent with that. But again, I work all day, and then I come home and stream full time. Then I edit my clips and post those and do it all. This is just how you do it. There's no easy way around it, unless you inherited a bunch of money and you want to dump it into the markets and trade with it. But I didn't, so. Yeah, it would be pretty much replacing my income is all I'm looking to do. And I'm pretty much there. I really could quit now. But again, I'm young, so. Yeah, there's many ways to do it. Yeah, there's a ton of ways to make money, guys. Don't let anyone tell you there isn't. I used to have a bunch of crypto. I made a ton of money on, nice. Thank you for following. Appreciate you. I used to trade, Shiba Inu. I made a ton of money on Shiba Inu. It was 0.00000001, and two of those zeros fell off, and I made like 10 grand one day, like 30 grand another day. And then I've been done since that. I took my profits and ran. I personally don't like the way the crypto market moves. That's just me. That's just the way I feel about it, Everybody's got their own opinions, and I'm sure there's plenty of profitable crypto traders out there. Actually, I know there is. But for my strategy, I personally like the foreign exchange market the best. We got, what, 5 minutes left in this candle here. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left in this candle. Yeah, I see what you're saying on the 4 hour there. This trend line right here. Right here. I see what you're saying right there with that trend line. And it certainly is possible, but it's also possible that it does this. So it's also very possible that you see that. It could go both ways. And I'm totally okay with that. Like I said, once I do my analysis and I meet all my criteria, I take the trade. And I have pretty much 4 rules. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes I do. Yeah, especially pre-market. Pre-New York Stock Exchange open is really fun to trade. I used to do that on Webull a lot because they let you start trading at, I believe, 6 a.m. And it's good. You know, it's fun. You know, you look at the top movers and you get in at a good, you know, retest area and let it fly. Like I said, there's a ton of different ways to do it, guys. Ton of different ways to do it. There is no one right way. If there was one right way, somebody would have figured it out and told everyone how to do it, and we'd all be millionaires. But there's a lot of different ways to trade, and it shows you just why there's so many people out there teaching different strategies, you know? We're going to buy. We're holding some drawdown, but we're going to buy. Yeah, if you see right here, this is our stop loss down here. And then these are our take profits. But like I said, we'll see what happens. I'll sometimes re-enter multiple positions. I re-entered a second position on this one as well. That about right here. Pretty much at where it's at right now. But I won't trade against myself. I won't take a buy and a sell in the same one. Like hedge the trade. I won't do that. But again, as long as you're not over leveraging yourself, you're fine. Just got to make sure you're not over leveraging yourself. And I just see that so many times with new traders, and even honestly, you know, people that have been trading for a while. They'll double down, triple down, quadruple down because they're so sure it's going that way. And, you know, that's a recipe for a blown account, in my opinion. Good questions there, Ron. Good questions. $9 p.m. Here's our new candle. Here is our new 4-hour candle. And our new 1-hour candle. So, currently holding what, 18 pips? Yeah, of course, Ron. Yeah, no problem. That's what we aim to do. We're trying to build the most transparent, honest, and positive trainee community out there. Don't need a VWAP, man. It's going up because the buyer didn't leave. Oh, you're funny. funny. Some of our trades go into swing trades, but most of them are between 4 and 7 hours is where most of our profitable trades are. I mean I trade foreign exchange currencies. That's it. That's all I trade is foreign exchange currencies. Forex. That's it. Hey man, everyone trades different. Like 3 days. Yep, Ivan, whatever you say, man. Everybody's got different strategies. There's not just one way to do things, my man. There's not just one way to do things there, buddy. If there were, everybody would be doing that one way, man. Nice, Scar. Scar QVQ, that's awesome. Love that. It depends on the session, but the most volume, pretty much always during this session, is Euro JPY, and USD JPY, and GJ, and AJ. Pretty much, yeah. I've got a couple strategies combined into one, but essentially, as long as we have a break of a full candle closure above the EMA ribbon, a fair value gap created, and a break of structure confirmed, and a uptrend or a downtrend confirmed at a key resistance level or support level, that's how we'll take trades. So we've got a couple rules, and once it meets that, we take them. Whether we hold some drawdown or not is just, you know, that's just the way the market moves. Yeah, it would work for futures trading as well. I personally don't trade futures. I don't like trading futures personally. I like the foreign exchange market much better. It works on mostly everything. Honestly, it does. It was a big wick on the 4 hour. Not really a fan of that wick on the 4 hour, but that's okay. Like I said, when I take a trade, it's because it meets all my criteria, and once it meets all my criteria, we confirm and we get in. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Like I said, last week we went 5-1. We had 5 wins and 1 loss. Week before that, we did very well too. We typically have winning weeks for most of the year. I had very few losing weeks last year. Why do I prefer it? I like the market structure better. I like the market structure and the price action of foreign exchange. I see it to be have more patterns and be a tad bit more predictable, whereas futures and anything that's most of the volume comes in the New York session is very hard to trade with a lot of red folder news like FOMC, PMI, PPI, NFP, unemployment claims, all those red folder news that come out almost every week. You know, it's tough to trade during news because I don't trade news. KJ, Go live Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do not trade the. We do not trade Fridays. I've been trading for 15 years. Scar. Schubert, what's up, man? Mega144, what's going on? How are you today? Smith, why did you say the Super Bowl's over? NZDUSD, yeah, I am in. We're holding a little bit of drawdown. It wicked down pretty hard on that 4-hour chart. So we'll see. We'll see, guys. You know? But we are going to hold this trade. I'm certainly holding this trade. We'll be in this probably through London, to be honest with you. For those of you that got this trade in the VIP, just know that this is more accurate SL there. How long did it take me to get better? I pretty much made money, lost money, made money, lost money about the first 5-6 years. After that, yeah, so I've been doing this, like I said, for a pretty long time, but we marked out essentially what the market's giving us here. We're seeing where the low is, where we don't want it to break. We have the right direction. We have the candle closure above the EMA. The time to throwing in the towel would be the time that's throwing in the towel would be when it hits your stop loss. Like, I don't typically close early because I've marked it out ahead of time. But 59901 is what it's at. My AirPods just died. That's always fun. Yeah, that's where the SL's at. You could have it here for a really tight SL for 28 pips, but I moved it to here. For, what was that? 43. Give it a little bit more room to breathe, because this was your previous low right here. So if it breaks that, then that's when we'd be out. But and your break of structure was right here, so it may come back down to retest the break of structure before going up. So that was the reason for that. Raise official. Might be seeing liquidity sweep during London session open before continuing to the upside. Certainly possible. Certainly possible. But yeah, I'm going to be holding this trade overnight, guys. Well, at least for the next couple hours. We can see it rejecting the zone right here, which is obviously always a good thing. If you guys are not in the Discord, make sure you're getting it. But for all of my guys in the Discord, again, I will send out, like I always do, if I'm still in the trade or if I'm getting out. Just make sure you have your stop losses and take profits adjusted to where I'm at. That's just how I trade. I don't care for 1%. Is going to take you a very, very, very long time to grow your account if you're trading on a daily basis. I've never heard of only risking 1% before, Ron. Personally, I've never heard that. But again, I like the trade based off the analysis that we made at the beginning, 2 hours and 20 minutes ago. We made this analysis. We've been sitting and watching it for a little bit here. Looks like we're getting some rejection at the zone right here, which is certainly good. I hope everybody at least learned something tonight. Benny, the screenshot went to the VIP. Benny. So, like, most signals go to both the free and the VIP, but tonight the market open just went to the VIP. If you want, you can totally take a screenshot on your phone of this right now. Just take a screenshot. My key levels are on here. So you can just take a screenshot on your phone or on your computer, and you can adjust it accordingly how you'd like. But like I said, I see this reversing at this zone here, guys. That is going to be it for me tonight. I will keep you guys updated on where we're at on the trade in Discord. So just make sure. Oop, I just dropped my phone. Just make sure that you guys are paying attention, at least have your notifications on. I've got a pretty good feeling about this one. So the buy signal on the 4-hour too is always nice to see. So anyway, this was a record stream for us, guys. We gave away 3 free VIP and strategy subscriptions for lifetime. Appreciate you guys. It's been nice. It really has been. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for another stream. I will keep you guys updated on this trade. I'm staying in it. It's probably going to be a couple hours until we get it back up here, but I think we will. So, thanks, Ron. Thanks, Benny. Thanks, Miguel, Rays, Winston, Schubert, Mega, KJ, Chill Dude, Scarve, Ryan Smith. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys very much. It means a lot that you guys show up day in and day out. So, thank you guys. Thank you, Flowers Lady. Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Jose. Thanks, Benny. Have a great evening, everyone.